All right, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Welcome once more to another video podcast of Alexandra Mayer's live stream edition. I hope all of you are having a wonderful day today. I most definitely am. And I'm just going to let y'all chat if you desire to do so with me while I eat some dinner. And then we are going to go through chapter 11 of the dearly departed Shelley Lubben's book, The Truth Behind the Fantasy of Pornography, the Greatest Illusion on Earth. I have already gone through chapters 1 and 10. If you're curious about the book, you can always look at my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Alexandra Mayers. And there's a specific playlist about Shelley Lubben's book. So if you've ever been curious about who she was a mother, an activist, an artist, an incredibly passionate person who, from my perspective, really wasn't appreciated enough through her lifetime, considering all of the efforts that she made. But if you're curious about who she was, or if you're curious about the adult entertainment industry, I do advise that you purchase her book from Amazon.com. And if you want a preview of her book, you can look at that playlist that I just mentioned. But hey, I hope all of you are doing well. Tonight, I am having some wild salmon. Haven't had fish in a while, so I felt like I should. And it's delicious. One of the grocery stores that I really enjoy going to is one called Sprouts. It's similar to Whole Foods, but they have a lot of really healthy pre-made meals. And I'm not somebody who's a very good cook. I do not have that as a talent, and I don't have the interest either. I've always said that if I ever were to get married again, which I doubt I ever would, I would marry a chef. And that would be my ideal man, a guy who can cook. Because I like standing in a kitchen, but I don't like doing anything in the kitchen. This is good. They had a sale on wine today at Sprouts, one of my favorite brands. They had Apothic. Oh, hello, NorCal. You never fail to come in. Never fail. But I'm glad you're here. I hope you're having a good night. I'm glad to know that you're a chef and a plumber. Do you also moonlight as a gigolo or a male porn star? Because if you do, I wouldn't be opposed to that. At least I would know you have some skills. I'm just kidding. Maybe. Thoughts on based surfers' rise to fame? Based surfers? Are you talking about that surfer IRL guy? I don't know who based surfer is exactly. Is he a really young kid with light eyes? Is that who you're talking about? I think there's only one IRL surfer, but there could be more. It's hard to keep up with all the IRL people. I mean, it's like they're everywhere. Well, he's a good looking guy if it's the one I'm thinking about. I wouldn't be surprised if he's risen to fame, mainly because he is a good looking guy. The girls would love him. No, I'm not going to sing the song because I don't have my keyboard out right now. That's for another stream. Really, the IRL world, if you're a young guy with a certain look, the IRL world is a great venue for you to connect with women. It really is. I see what the guys are doing. I see quite a few gigolos. Quite a few. Carhartt beanie. Hmm. Is this another Landon Tells alt? Is it? He should be grateful for that song. It's very catchy. He can use that song with whatever it is that he wants. I would never sue him. I just wish he would stop saying mean things about me. Is he really? OG Geezer's on a downward spiral. What do you mean by that? I saw him streaming today. I noticed that he was streaming, and y'all know that I have a certain distaste for him at this phase, considering what he said about me. But I do respect him as a streamer because he really has shared a lot of useful information for the up and coming streamers. But we do need to call him OG Majestic Lion. That's who he wants to be. Quietly behind the scenes, I'll call him OG Royal Pussy because that's what Majestic Lion translates to. In a way. But I saw him streaming. He went down to Fremont Street, it appeared today. I think he was upset still later tonight about the situation between he and Aldi 1K. That's an interesting situation considering what happened when it came to that incident that led to Aldi 1K getting hurt. Aldi 1K, I don't like him because as compassionate as I've tried to be towards him, as, you know, understanding of whatever animosity it is that he has towards people of color such as myself, I even tipped him once. Actually, I tipped him on the day right before his incident happened. But he's very mean. He's very hateful. I did notice that in one of Ski Mask David's chats, Aldi actually went into the chat and felt the need to warn Ski Mask David about me. Keep in mind, Aldi 1K has never met me in person. He's done nothing but say mean things to me. I will defend myself and, you know, I'll hit back. I hit back at him and I said something I probably shouldn't have said, but he needed someone to say it to him because he's not exactly of Nordic European descent. But I said something to him in Attila's roundup last week. But for some reason, he has like a serious beef against me, and I really don't know why. And I think that all that hate that he has in his heart is actually aging him because I thought initially he was in his late 30s. That dude, from what I've been told, is still in his 20s. And he shouldn't be looking like that in his 20s, but I think he looks like that because he's so hateful. And when you're hateful, it comes out through you and it ages you. So, you know, it is unfortunate what happened between OG and Aldi 1K. I don't feel that OG should have fed into Aldi 1K's hatred, but I also think that OG Majestic Lion is bipolar. That's why, as mean of things that he said about me, I can kind of forgive him. I won't forget, but I do forgive because I think that with proper therapy and possibly, you know, if he had more of a balanced diet and didn't drink so much, he would be a completely different person. But I wish him the best. Anyways, I just wanted to address that to T-Rex. Am I growing out my neck like those Africans? Yes, that is exactly what I'm doing. That is why I am wearing this scarf. Some people might see the scarf and be like, ooh la la, she's trying to be French. But some people, like yourself, might think that it's like akin to a metal neck ring. But my heritage is from Southwest Africa. I am a descendant of slaves. I'm an ADOS, legitimately. So, you know, think what you like. Hello, Lulu Puff. I'm glad people are coming in here. I don't feel so lonely and freakish. Someone's saying that this is a failed troll. I'm not trolling anybody. I'm just having my dinner and talking to y'all. Denny, I've seen you in another chat, so I'm just going to go ahead and hide you on this channel. I hope you have a nice night, though. My forgiving nature is what gets me in trouble, actually. But I don't want to hold a lot of hate in my heart or anything. I had a really good conversation yesterday with a family friend of my family. Her name is Sherry, and she's a spiritual leader, and she basically worked a miracle on me to get me to relax a little and release some anger I've had. And I'm so glad that she took time out of her life to talk to me about some things because I really needed it. So I'm feeling very clean and clear right now, emotionally. So anyone who needs forgiveness, with the exception of a few bad parents and a few children of bad parents who still have a lot of work to do, they can ask for my forgiveness nowadays. And thank you for saying I look great. It's because I have my studio light set up behind my camera today. The right lighting does wonders. It really does. It really does. My day was pretty good. I have some work I have to do this evening, but I wanted to pop on here and say hi to y'all. And I'm going to, after I finish eating, I'm going to do a reading of Shelley Lubben's chapter 11 of her book. Because I do want to complete the reading of her book by February 9th. Because February 9th is the anniversary of her passing. So I feel like that would be a good deadline to have that project correct. I'm happy to sit alone. This hateful person, Denny Crane, he just wrote, or she, it could be a woman. You sit alone and have no one, by the way. You failed yourself. I do have people, but I prefer to be alone, in part because I'm an Aspie girl. I have Asperger's. I'm going to get my official diagnosis soon. And because I just enjoy my alone time. No, it's not really a mukbang. I would say it's the opposite. That's just a mean person. A lot of people are very angry right now considering the political environment. This is good. Can I flash you? No, not today. But feel free to join my OnlyFans. You can see some titties in there. A tryhard with a decent IQ. You know what, NorCal, you got to tell me all the terminology for IRL. I've picked up a lot, but I don't know all of it yet. No, I haven't seen that documentary, but I'll check it out. It's on Netflix or something. Ugh, you keep asking me to do that. What is your ID on Instagram? NorCal? Is that what it is? I'll unblock you right now since it's so important to you. NorCal 676. All right, give me a moment. because I'm tired of you asking me to do it. I don't even have anything exciting on my Instagram. Unblock. There, I unblocked you and I'm following you. I sent you a follow request and everything. You should feel super vindicated, NorCal. You're in. You're in the Alexandra universe now. The Alexandra verse. Be happy. Stop complaining. There's nothing much even going on in the Alexandra universe right now, which is how I like it. Well, I don't even have many mods. He's back. Look at how many alts. He or she, because I suspect I know who it could be. About sensitive subjects. Uh-oh. Okay. I just don't want you to draw me into too much drama, because I'm already involved in so much drama, it's ridiculous. I hope not. But if your objective was to draw me into drama, of course you would say you're not. I know the tricks of troublemakers. I probably should have put this food on a plate. Probably would have looked a little bit more classy or something, but didn't feel like it. So I'm really excited about February, and I'm going to tell y'all why. Because it seems that myself and Corrine will be in the same city at the same time. And I think we're going to do some streaming together. And that would be really awesome if we do, because I really like her. I think she's a really cool woman. And I want to have a really cool female friend who is into things that are similar to myself. And I kind of feel like some of my multimedia skills and internet marketing skills could be of use to her when it comes to building her independent media brand. So I hope she lets me help her out with that a little bit. And I don't know, I hope that she and I get to be really good friends, because I'm really impressed with everything that she does. You know, it's funny. Someone just wrote, so Aspie Andy just cooks dinner for one and bores us. Well, first off, I didn't cook this. I purchased this dinner because I don't like to cook. But I don't mind being called an Andy, or you can just call me Andy, really, if you want to, out there in IRL world, because my name's Alexandra. And Alexandra could be shortened to Andy. Isn't that funny how that worked out? Yeah. If I had to be an Andy, I would coin myself Ebony Andy. I would be Ebony Andy. But I'd rather just be known as my name, really. I still have not really looked at who Flat Earth Boxer is, and I'll tell you why. And this is going to probably, you know, come off the wrong way, but I don't care. I tend to avoid professional fighters. because they're trained to be deadly weapons, and sometimes they have emotional outbursts with both males and females, and I don't feel like getting beat up by anybody. Um, I don't know if a lot of you remember Robin Givens, but years ago, one of my favorite actresses, Robin Givens, was in a relationship with Mike Tyson, and he beat her up. It happens to a lot of women. Remember, what was her name? Christy Mack. She went out with that guy War Machine, and what happened? He beat her up. I don't mind going out with a guy who is tough, strong, great. But if you're fighting for a living, I don't want anything to do with you. I don't want to watch your streams. I don't want nothing. I just keep that energy out of my life completely. Because I know if I were to talk about him, he may become fixated upon me, and that's the last thing I need. Reformed Stoic. What does STOIC stand for? What does Stoic stand for? I haven't taken the time to look that up. But he's a bit weird. He's very, very hyperactive. He seems angry toward women too. He wants to take down what, the IP2 network? Really? Well, is the IP2 network bullying him severely? Because I was mad at that network for a while. Y'all know that. I think that Denny Crane is someone linked to a certain person who I don't want to talk about in this chat room's mother. Because that particular mother is a stay-at-home mom. She doesn't have like a job or anything. She doesn't work. Too much free time on her hands. And she's obsessed with me right now because she's a narcissist who I've unmasked. I think that's what all these Denny Crane aliases are. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Denny is just a troll, really? How many accounts does this person have? Because when I end this stream, I'm going to make a official report to YouTube. Doxing is not illegal. It can be considered a certain kind of harassment in certain states within the United States. But I have noticed that a lot of the streamers and IP2 people don't seem to know the actual legal definition of doxing. They also don't seem to want to take accountability for their actions when it comes to things that they do. The reality is that as the internet continues to grow, evolve, and whatnot, there's not going to be anonymity online. Not as much so as there has been in the past and in the present. So you do have to think twice before you do something online. If you're not willing to put your face and your identity to things that you say, whatnot, then I really don't think you have much of a prayer. If you notice, the streamers and the internet personalities that I like often are not perfect, but they are individuals who are willing to take accountability for things that they say. OG Majestic Lion, for example, he doesn't deny things that he's said in the past, But he does seem to have a certain level of empathy to where if he knows he's really hurt somebody, he'll be like, I'm sorry about that. Because he is. He's more sensitive than he lets on. I could say the same thing about Ski Mask David. I could say the same thing about Attila. Stop speeding, too. Quite a few. Quite a few. Kareem, definitely. Um, there's a few. So, we all make mistakes. We all say things that we shouldn't say sometimes in the heat of the moment. I am most definitely one of the furthest people from perfect that you'll ever meet. But you just have to at least try. I look at the IRL community as an excellent example of what it really is just to be human. It really is. It's cool. It's cool. I like the IRL people. And even despite the racism, which is something that's always been something that I've struggled with, has been an issue I've struggled with my entire life, both socially, externally, in the world, and internally, and things linking to my own personal history and my family. When it really comes down to it, there's so many more things that are so much more detrimental to who we are as human beings than racism, that racism is something I can forgive if somebody's willing to at least try to be a little bit more compassionate and understanding. It is a little addicting. Yes, it is a drug. Should we say IRL is the new drug? It might be. It might be, but it's such a good thing for, think about this. Well, I don't think a lot of streamers realize, or maybe they do realize it. They're doing such a tremendous service to people who, for whatever reason, are unable to get out of bed and live their life. Be it for physical reasons, maybe they're sick in the hospital or something, or, psychological, mental reasons. There's a lot of people who the streamers really become their friends. So you gotta be a little responsible with what you do. But, it is what it is. He's back again! Oh my gosh, how many accounts does this dude have? And people, I want y'all to know it's okay to obsess sometimes as long as you don't encroach upon legal boundaries. And the reason why is because if you don't obsess about something, you don't have passion about something. And it's the obsessions that lead to you creating something great. So if anyone out there if anyone ever accuses you like, oh, she's obsessed or he's obsessed, don't stalk people, of course, to where it's dangerous. But if you're doing things properly when it comes to whatever topic it is that you're into, keep going. Keep going. One of my favorite people, and I wrote a song about him actually, is Steve Jobs. I have a song out called Leaving for Mars. And he's who made all this possible. And I think we all need to, think about him from time to time. I think I am a normie. I feel I'm actually not. This is by disguise. I've told you all a million times. But I'm a unique addition to the IRL community. It is what it is. IRL News Time. Check it out. There has to be an Alexandra somewhere. So does anyone have any other gossip that they can share with me today? Anything exciting going on? Mm. You know what? Let's go ahead and check out what's going on IP2. Going on IP2 right now. Let's see. Let's see who's live aside from me. Now, the only IP2 site that I'm listed on is ip2.network. Okay? So that's where I'm going to look. Let's see who's streaming. Hyphonics, the superstar, he is. Let's see what he's doing.
Let me ask you guys this. Would you guys say, on a serious note, would you say these little puffs... Wait. Listen, hear me out. Would you say that these puff dresses that Sophia's been wearing are a little sexual? What do you guys think? Be honest with me.
Okay, so Hyphonics is reviewing these puff dresses that I guess are in vogue right now for the young girls. He's questioning whether or not they're a little sexual. Yeah, they are. They're actually reminiscent of stage show dresses that adult entertainers wear when they're featured dancers. I didn't even know this was a style. I didn't know that this was a thing. So he is correct in reviewing those puff dresses. I think that they're cute. I think they're really cute, but are they something that I would wear? Probably only on like Halloween. But the young girls, you know, that's their thing. Let's see what OG Majestic Lion's up to. Let's see. Is he still angry? He looks so much better with that, like, short to medium beard. Let's see. Let's see what he's doing. He's in his apartment again. He's doing, is he doing his fire sale tonight? Let's see. I don't know. But, he doesn't want anyone to talk about anything that makes him upset. Okay, he is doing shots for $4, and he's doing TTS for $2, and he's doing media for $3. He looks pretty calm, actually. He looks more sober than he normally does as of tonight. Okay. So let's see what else is going on. It's too bad that I don't have a green screen set up behind me, because then, you know, I could do like a regular recap. Maybe next month I'll do that, but not right now. Okay, Reformed Stoic. What does Stoic stand for? I gotta look that up really quick, because I don't know. It's bothering me. What does Stoic stand? What does that mean? STOIC. A person who can endure pain or hardship without showing their feelings or complaining. So that's who he used to be? That's sad. He probably has Asperger's too. That is a symptom of Asperger's, not acknowledging pain. Maybe he realized that. He does act a little bit like he's on the spectrum when I really think about his behavior. So he's working on himself. Okay. I don't want to say anything negative about him. Well, he's live, but I don't see him. It's just like a it looks like it's just like one comment from someone named Pimpin' Pat. Someone maybe wrote him a comment that says, "Denounce religion and delete your channel." Is he being bullied? What's happening here? Let me look at the chat. Let me investigate a little bit. Well, if he's going to war against the streaming community, there's probably going to be people who are upset with him. So they're probably attacking him. Maybe we're watching him in the midst of his battle. Okay, who else is live? Let's see. All right, we're not looking at him. Let's look at Attila. Let's see what Attila's up to. He's on D Live. Let's see. Here he is. Well, he's got his bottle of vodka out. He's still in, it looks like he's still in Canada. You know what? I should, because, you know, I'll edit the stream tonight and I'll just, as I'm talking about the people, I will put screen caps of whatever it is that they're up to. Instead, it won't be video screen caps. It's just going to be, you know, that way it's not too,
Appreciate that. Thank you so much.
you know, people can relate a little bit. Let me go back to the puffy dress that that guy was talking about. Let's see, can I get to it? This Hyphonics guy talks so fast.
Dresses that Sophia's been wearing are a little sexual. What do you guys think? Be honest.
It is. It
Because
is.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
All right, so I got a screen cap from him. All right, who else did I talk about this evening? OG. Let's grab him real fast.
You coward, you fucking
Oh,
loser.
he's yelling again. Okay. He needs to calm down before he has like a heart attack or something. Okay. Oh, No Jumper. That dude is cool. That guy who hosts the No Jumper webcast. I've always liked his personality. He's real cool. Someone known as Dummy Boy Live. I've never seen him before. Let's see who that is. Who's Dummy Boy Live? I like his sunglasses.
Hey, get the fuck out of here.
Let's see. Social experience, mellow
I'm
yellow.
taking it to a whole nother level, brother. I'm in the hood, actually, Joe. I'm not even
He's in the hood.
Get the fuck out of here.
Well, don't worry. You have the complexion for the protection, at least slightly.
I'm running away like a little bitch. Just kidding.
He's running away from the
My
hood.
name is Jay.
Well,
Have you met Jay? Last name
Okay, we're not going to look at you. You seem like you're a little too much drama for my taste. All right, who else we got? Oh, we got EBZ. Let's see what he's doing tonight. Oh, he's cooking. Let's see what he's making. I like his music. Dance. Yeah. He has a great body. He's a handsome dude. Yeah, cook some food, EBZ. Cook me some food. Gotta do some rave. Oh, this is so much fun. All right, so he's cooking. And y'all are picking on me, saying he's by himself too. I'm not the only one. I mean, really. All right, let me go back in the chat because I had to turn the chat off in order to look at all y'all. All right, let me go back in the chat. All right, let's see. Is he in here again? Look at that. He's got to have like 100 freaking accounts. Oh, that's crazy. That is crazy. See, I think that should be illegal to have all these accounts and, you know, constantly harass people. It's wrong. Thousands he's got thousands of accounts. What's his real name? Can we find out identifiable information about this Denny Crane person? Where does he live? Or she? Where are they? Even if they're in another country, I want to know. I want to know who this person is. Because sometimes if you talk to a person in person, they stop. Jocelyn, Wyoming. Who's that? I know that Jocelyn, Wyoming is a streamer or a video producer of some sort because I recognize that name. But who is that exactly? Educate me, NorCal. Well, I would like to find out who this Denny person is exactly. So if anyone could get me some information on that, I would appreciate it greatly. I noticed that that really overweight person, what's her name, Susie, was comparing me to Chris Hansen. That was an inaccurate comparison. Not at all, because I'm open about who I am and what I'll do. He's not. All right, let's see who else is on. Let's see what's going on. Oh, Blackbird. He seems to be active tonight. Let's see what he's doing. Is he at home or is he somewhere else? Let me go back. I can't see his face. He keeps his face off camera. Oh, there it is. Okay. So he's becoming more active with his streaming. Okay. Good for him. All right, who else we got? Oh, this flat earth boxer is live. Let me take a quick look. Let's see what he's doing, even though I said I wouldn't. Looks like a party. There's a lot of people that he's hanging out with. Okay. All right. Who else is live? Oh, Attila has both his channels going. Okay. All right, so that seems to be about all that's really going on. Oh, Kareen, she's going. Gary, the producer. I don't know who that is exactly. Let's see what Kareen's doing. Someone on a piano. Oh, I know exactly where she is. She's in DC. She's at the there's a tent on the that's set up on the it's set up in the Washington DC mall, like where all the museums and stuff are. She's there. That's what it appears. I think that's where she is. So she's hanging out. Okay. I might have to do a DC road trip with her. I'm just scared she might end up getting me in trouble, but would it be worth it? Just for the adrenaline and excitement? Yeah. Yeah, she's a cool chick. She's cool. I think a lot of you guys give her a hard time because she's so damn sexy. I think a lot of you guys want her, but you know you can't have her. Yeah. Yep. Yep. All you IP2 IRL fans, you gotta just admit it. You love the MILFs and the cougars. You don't really know as a woman who you are sexually until you hit your late 30s, early 40s. really. So when you're young, you just kind of want the attention from a guy, but you don't know what the hell it is that you're into sexually. And half the time, I'll tell you, I think a lot of women end up joining the LGBTQ community because of bad experiences in their 20s sexually, and they don't really know what they like. So hold off as long as you can. Only be sexual with somebody that you trust or that you love, and that way you really have a smooth evolution and development into who you are as a sexual spirit, creature, human being, whatever it is that you want to define yourself as. Most of IP2 users are actual virgins. Really? Well, that's not a bad thing. Nothing's wrong with saving yourself or anything. Not at all. Everything in life you're meant to have comes when you're ready for it. Anyone who sees this stream, keep that in mind. Everything you're meant to have comes only when you're ready. So if you haven't had a girlfriend yet, or you haven't had sex yet, or if you haven't found your soulmate yet, or the love of your life, or whatever, it's because you're not ready yet. So don't be angry. Just keep living. Do whatever it is that makes you happy. Find new things that make you happy. Have other kinds of relationships, be they platonic. Cultivate your family relationships if you can manage to get along with your family members, because that can be like a sine wave. It can go up and down. But don't be hard on yourself because you don't have what you want when you want, because it will come to you when you are ready, okay? You're welcome, Jay. Fun fact about me. I was a virgin until I was 20 years old. Yes, I was. It's very... Anyone who's known me since childhood finds my life path almost unbelievable. Okay, but I don't... If I knew what I know now in my 20s, of course I would have made different decisions. But I've had a very exciting and interesting life. And, God willing, knock on wood, I'm sure there's some wood in this wall somewhere. I think it's going to continue. So it just is what it is. Take things as it comes. Thank you, NorCal. Maybe somebody can clip this. Somebody can clip my advice and maybe you could post it on the IP2 Always Win. Give me a nice clip on there, because y'all like to make fun of me or whatever. Clip my advice and put that on there. And I'll never strike it or anything. That way that the young cats, guys and girls, can know some things. All right, so I'm going to get another glass of wine, and then we're going to get into chapter 11 of Shelley Lubben's book, The Truth Behind the Fantasy of Pornography, the Greatest Illusion on Earth, because she has a very interesting perspective. Now, keep in mind, she has passed away. I personally feel that her passing... I know everything happens for a reason, but I feel like it was too early, and I don't feel that she passed under the circumstances that were reported. Okay? I think that actually some of the bullies I contend with are the same people who are after her, because she was kind of on the run at the end of her life. So, I don't know. I don't want to talk so negatively, because I want this to be positive. But yeah, let me go ahead and bring up the book. Remember, you can purchase it from Amazon Prime. You can download it in electronic version if you want to. But I'll be right back. If you all have any questions, go ahead and get them out now, because when I come back to read, I'm not going to look at the chat until I'm done with the chapter, okay? So I'll be right back. Okay, I had enough of this. All right, I'm back and I have some cheese, because I'll probably want some cheese while I'm reading this. Okay, here we go. All right, let me look at the chat before I start this. Okay, so here we are. Chapter 11. The truth behind the fantasy of porn, the greatest illusion on earth, written by the dearly departed Shelley Lubben. Make sure that you learn about her. Make sure that you learn about her efforts. What a wonderful person she was. Make sure that you look at her old videos about the adult entertainment industry. And if you're someone out there who knows of a young man or woman who is high risk of going into the adult entertainment industry, even if you feel like you cannot stop them, reach out to them, tell them that you care, tell them that the adult entertainment industry, there's a 99.9% chance it will not work out for them, and tell them that they're meant for far greater things than to sell their body for just a few $100s. If anything, if you can't stop them from going into the adult entertainment industry, at least suggest to them that they own their own content, and suggest that maybe they look at what people are doing on OnlyFans or something along those lines, so they don't get too taken advantage of. Okay, so let me also plug this in, because the battery is about to run out. Let's see. Okay. All right. Chapter 11, Used and Abused. That's what it's titled. With a hunger for money and a lust for revenge, I soon took the plunge into professional porn films. Not long after my first porn scene, I showed up in Van Nuys, California, where I caught the eye of a top porn producer known as Bobby Hollander. Quote, "What a beautiful pair of hips," end quote. A man with an open neck shirt and a gold chain greeted me. He looked like he was in the mafia. Well, he probably was, Miss Lubben. I will be interjecting my commentary as I read this, okay? I played it cool and told him so and so had sent me, and he nodded. He invited me to sit on his lap, where he gently instructed me on how to further my modeling career. He was one of the most affectionate men I had ever met. I bet he was. And take a look at what Shelley Lubben looked like when she was here with us. She was actually one of the better looking women who's ever entered the adult entertainment industry. She aged extremely well. She was of Italian descent, at least in part, and had just a very striking face, very good facial structure. Roxy, that was her stage name. You have beautiful hips. I want you to be in my new movie. I told him I would do it, but I still had my heart set on professional acting and modeling. Sure, baby, you're a pretty girl, but porn can help you get into Hollywood. No, it can't. Just so everybody knows, no, adult entertainment cannot help you get into mainstream. If anything, that is how you completely kill your chances of getting into mainstream, okay? I trusted him, tender and encouraging. He was like a father to me. I showed up on the set of my first real porn movie in 1993. When I walked through the doors of a luxury home, I was a nervous wreck. Bobby tried to soothe me and make me feel comfortable. Quote, "Hey, everybody, this is Roxy. She's a new rising star," end quote, Bobby said as he put his arm around me. Peter North smiled at me. And that's very notable that she did a scene with Peter North, because Peter North is one of the most prominent veteran male adult performers that's ever been. Hi, everyone. I was at a loss for words. It was hard to keep a straight face while shaking hands with naked porn stars in broad daylight. But that's how it is. Hey, Bobby, where's the restroom? I asked in desperation. It's there in the back to the left, doll. He pointed towards the hall. Great, thanks. I quickly walked to the bathroom, shut the door, locked it, and pulled out some vodka. Gulp. I stopped and stared at myself in the mirror. I can't go through with this, I thought. A knock on the door woke me out of my daze, and I answered, yes? Hey, Roxy, did you get your enema? Oh, God. I worried. Did she just say enema? I took another swig and answered back. No. Why would I need one of those? It's for the dildo scene. Gulp. I guzzled the vodka down until I worked up enough nerve to come out of the bathroom. I'm going to pause. It's very interesting that Hollander called her doll, because that's such a... what people don't understand about the adult entertainment industry is that they have their own culture, and that is a term that almost all the producers utilize toward the adult performers. They call them dolls. A guy I was in a relationship with, who was a very prominent camera dude, always called me doll. And looking back, it makes me cringe, actually, because I'm like, ooh, it makes me think of that show, The Dollhouse, which isn't too far from the truth, but let me continue. Filled with liquid courage, I walked across the hall to where the women were changing. Thank God their scene was before mine, because it gave me some time to think. Staring at an empty corner, I sensed another person in the room with me. What was he doing here? Damn, I thought. The last thing I wanted was for Jesus to visit me on a porn set. No thanks. I grabbed my vodka and guzzled it down. Then I reminded him that he wasn't paying my bills, and I had to do what I had to do. Now, keep in mind, Shelley was having a spiritual awakening at this point. So she felt the presence of Jesus Christ around her while she was on this porn set, getting ready to do a scene with Peter North. That's how she felt. Shelley, please don't do this. I have something better for you, a voice whispered. God, please leave me alone. I have to do this. I turned my head in shame and the pain began to surface. I pulled up my nylons, ignored my pain, and walked out of the room. With a little help from vodka and a whole lot of help from liar. That's what she called the part of herself that lied. I entered into one of the most traumatizing moments of my career. The last thing I remember is gritting my teeth while Nikki Sin used and abused me with a spiked dildo. I wanted to die. I swore to myself that would be the last porn film I made, and I called up old Hollywood contacts. A part for a harem girl opened, so I immediately took off to Los Angeles. When I arrived to the audition, there were hundreds of other girls just like me. Out of several hundred women, only 250 of us got the part as naked harem girls in the movie Don Juan DeMarco. When the chain-smoking Johnny Depp walked by to enjoy the scenery, I pointed to him and blurted out, "Hey, why does he get to smoke?" He looked at me like I was crazy and walked away, leaving a cloud of smoke behind him. I didn't care what he thought. I was the one who had to work in the buff for 8 hours on a non-smoking set. And keep in mind that the same people who work on mainstream Hollywood sets do work on adult entertainment productions also. It's a very incestuous community. Everybody knows everybody. There's really very little difference between the two except for public perception and who they hire for what. Because mainstream entertainers who are able to plausibly deny that they have any attachment to the adult entertainment industry do not want any attachment to any adult entertainers. That is slowly starting to change, especially with the ease of creating your own productions due to the internet. You have a lot of adult entertainers who decide to leave, who decide to start their own mainstream productions. But really, there is a definitive line between mainstream and adult, and there probably always will be. Whenever Hollywood didn't work out and I became desperate for cash, I fell back into porn. I hated the thought of having some man's bodily fluids on my face, so I tried to only do girl-girl lesbian scenes. Even though I wasn't a wholehearted lesbian, I could definitely fake an orgasm. Prostitution taught me that. My first lesbian scene, I was really nervous, especially when I saw the American flag on a bedspread. Guilt swept over me when a flashback to 1976 reminded me that I had bought a bicentennial plate for my mother. I was such a patriotic little girl back then. But that girl didn't exist anymore, I told myself. When the camera started rolling, the first words out of my mouth were, "I don't think I can do this." Giggling to play the part of a first-time lesbian, it helped me hide my extreme embarrassment. When the camera zoomed in and focused on me, I really felt pressure to perform. Quote, "Hi, I'm Roxy," end quote. I tried to sound like Marilyn Monroe. I was actually a chain smoker with a worn-out, raspy voice. I was so embarrassed. Suddenly, the director moved the camera to the other girl's belly button. When I looked over, there was a dog sniffing her leg. I couldn't believe it. What a scum-sucking deal this is, I thought. I wanted to get the scene over with, so I made a move to show off the girl's sexy tattoo. But when I pulled her garter to the side, I was shocked to see a cross on her hip. She said to me it was God-given, but it was a hell of a sign for me. I tried to shake off the awful feeling and focus on the scene, but the damn tattoo was a reminder of who was also in the room. God, I need a drink, I thought. The evil inside me was aroused, and it gave me strength to finish the scene. Within seconds, I was transformed into a wild animal, an entirely different person than the nervous girl in the beginning. A ravenous pig throughout. The scene ended with me licking myself. I went home to Jack Daniels that night and washed all my guilt and filth away. I hated how foul I smelled after making porn. A week later, I showed up on the same set and desecrated the American flag once again. Only this time, I gave in and degraded myself with a man. I wondered if the bedspread had even been washed. The word spread quickly that a new energetic double D blonde had hit the porn scene, and I started getting phone calls. Roxy, I need you for a movie with Dave Hardman. Roxy, this is Rodney Moore. I'm a friend of Bobby's. Roxy, I need you for a double D scene. Hey, Roxy, I'll put you on the front cover of my movie if you do an anal scene. No anal, I promised myself. I had already given into the pressure by porn producers to do scenes with men. That was bad enough. Enduring hours of dirty sets, filthy men, and their horrible body odors was way beyond my limit. I couldn't imagine one of these dirty men penetrating me anally. It was unthinkable. I hadn't even done that in prostitution. Luckily, the fake boobs gave me an edge, and I could avoid the unthinkable for a while. I also discovered I could make money as a porn star prostitute. One of the top porn producers I worked for offered me big money to give privates to high-dollar clients. Side note, the luxury companion. Roxy, now that your movies are out in adult theaters, fans will pay top dollar to spend time with you. End quote. And that's the truth of the adult entertainment industry right there. The only reason that the porn industry continues to flourish and make money is because it's nothing but a video billboard for the private sect of the adult entertainment industry, which in all intensive purposes, considering that sex work is legal in a plethora of first world countries, you would think that the United States would follow suit, but that's not the case. And you must abide by the law. I hated the idea of doing prostitution again, but I hated porn even more. When I was offered $2,500 to spend a weekend with a rich lawyer, I reluctantly agreed and took the next flight to Phoenix, where I met Howard, the meth addict. A whole weekend on meth almost killed me. Not only could Howard go for hours, but he wouldn't shut up. Not to mention, he refused to wear a condom. I tried everything I could think of to make him wear it, but he reminded me of the large sum of money I was being paid. When I called up my new pimp to complain, he said, "Don't worry, he's clean." Probably not. How the hell does he know if he's clean? I thought. He didn't. When I returned from Arizona, I slept for 2 straight days. After a terrible hangover and $2,500 in cash, I wasted my money on shoes, bras, boas, and booze. And that's what the girls tend to do, because working as a private sex worker is extremely traumatic, and a person in that situation wants nothing more than to completely forget it. And a lot of women, they forget things through retail therapy, aka shopping addictions. When I showed up to work with my purple suitcase, I looked like every other jaded porn star, worn out, wasted, and just wanted to get the damn scenes over with. Damn, I wish this guy would hurry up and finish, I thought. Damn, I felt so used and abused. Took a lot of courage to write that. Definitely did. It took a lot of courage for the dearly departed Shelley Lubben to share that. I haven't looked at the chat since I started that, so I'm going to go ahead and look right now. And that's about it. All right, well, everybody, thank you so much. If you got something positive out of this podcast. If you didn't, then you most likely don't have a soul, and I pity you. But I'm very glad that some of you did decide to join me this evening. And I highly encourage all of you buy Shelley Lubben's book. I would assume that the proceeds of her book go to her children or her estate. That's what I would assume. I have no idea. But like I said, if you know of someone in your life who is high risk of going into the adult entertainment industry, maybe buy them her book and give them the book to read, and do your best to stay in their life to try to deter them from making such a decision. Remind the person that God created them for more than spreading their legs or showing off their dick if it's a guy on camera. I speak from experience. You can't save people, but you can at least plant a seed within their mind so that they can save themselves later. And I think that is a major part of what it is to be a responsible and authentic human being. Sometimes, in order to put people on the path to waking up, you actually do have to succumb to the dark side. Maybe I even have to become a part of the dark side. But then the question is there really such a thing between the dark side and the light side? I don't think that there is, personally. It's two sides of the same coin, two areas of the same universe. But that's a whole other conversation for another day. So thanks everyone for watching. Once more, I'm Alexandra Mayers. You can always follow me on Twitter at AlexMayersLive. If you want to, you can join my OnlyFans. That's for if you're a perv. It's not too extreme in there, but I am still a sexual human being, and I admit that. Or what else could you do? Don't stalk me, but feel free to join my chats whenever I log on. Have a good night. Bye-bye.